if you see ChainAware, that means Martin is talking. Now let's wait a little bit. Tarmo is joining too. We'll make Tarmo to speaker too, and then we can start. So let's just wait a little bit. Tarmo is joining. So I will now approve. Request to speak. Approve. Tarmo, you should be able to speak too. Can you try? Oh, hello. So okay, here we are. So it's me, Martin. So if you see ChainAware speaking, so it's Martin, and it's Tarmo here. So welcome to our X-Space. This is now the X-Space number 20. And we are doing X-Spaces every 2 weeks. These are on the AI and the Web3 topics. And we try usually to keep below 60 minutes, but usually it takes a little bit longer than 60 minutes. But let's get started then today. So topic for today is intention-based Web3 AdTech. What is it and how to use it? So that's the topic. So we try to focus then very much on this topic, not to go too much on the sidetrack discussions. So let's get started. So let's start as usual with the intros. So although this is now the X-Space number 20, let's start with the intros. Tarmo, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Tarmo. I'm co-founder of ChainAware, and I'm also a distinguished architect. I've been in architecture some 25 years now. I am ex-chief architect of largest Swiss banking platform Finova. I was architecture vice president in Credit Suisse for some 10, 11 years. I have 4 masters, 1 PhD by Nobel Prize winner, CFA Kaya, built overall over 200 applications. This is short about me. Martin, back to you.
Okay, yes, I'm Martin. I'm co-founder of ChainAware. Now, okay, I worked as well 10 years for the Credit Suisse in Zurich. So, and before Credit Suisse, I worked in a startup industry. So I launched pretty many successful products, like 4 successful products with, okay, at that time 250,000 users. Now I just don't know, maybe 300, 400, 500,000 users. The products are there. The products are still widely used, which we created then like 25 years ago. Long time ago. And yeah, I spent pretty much time in a Credit Suisse, and we got in Web3, and the first project in a Web3 was a smart credit, and now we're doing a ChainAware and a little bit smart credit too. My background, I have 4 master degrees. I'm a CFA as well. Now, if you hear 4 master degrees, it doesn't mean that we are theoretical guys. I would say we are fully opposite. We are very pragmatical, very praxis-oriented. We love to launch products. We love to launch new technologies, new products, new innovations, and to get users to these innovations, because that's the point, to launch the innovation if there are no users. So we will talk a lot about this innovation topic today. Yeah, that's about me. Now, and let's give a short intro about smart credit, and maybe Tarmo, you will do it, and then I will give a short intro about ChainAware, and then we can get to the main discussion.
Tarmo, smart credit is a huge innovation. It's first of a kind. It is first DeFi or decentral platform for fixed term, fixed interest lending, borrowing, and all credit business in blockchain, it became a kind of money market. There is no terms, there is no interest. You don't know what you will earn or what you will have to pay. And we created an opposite, something where users have very high predictability, what they will earn or what they will pay, like a fixed income product. And it is very successful, and you can measure success that it was copied, Martin, it better by 20 or 30 or how many different other initiatives who copied us and wanted to create the same platform. But we are the first, and we set the trend for a more predictable low volatility investments in crypto. Back to you.
And before I jump to ChainAware, and let's say so, like it was a huge VC money which came then into the fixed interest sector, and okay, of course, we are monitoring the market, landscape analytics, we do it continuously, and I think 80% of these projects have been closed with huge VC money, so smart credit is still there and will be there. Now let's get to the ChainAware. Now, what is a ChainAware? Okay, actually the name says everything. It's chain and awareness. It's awareness about what happens in a chain. Now, okay, there are many use cases of AI now, but let's say first we have our own AI models. We created AI models, we trained the AI models, we have our own training data. Of course, our AI models are proprietary, we are not opening them, so if someone is asking to give us the source code or the training data, we are not doing it. This is ChainAware, what the ChainAware has developed. Now, but what we focus with these AI models is the behavior. We are predicting the behavior. Now, there are some projects which try to predict the price. We say we are not competing with them. Please come and predict the price. It's fully other sector. What we are predicting is behavior. Now, and which kind of behavior we are predicting? We are predicting, okay, we started like with a credit score, then we started with a fraud, like which addresses will do fraud in the future, not in the past, in the future, because it's a prediction. So we are predicting who will do what in the future. Then we started to predict which contracts will do rug pulls in the future, not in the past, because, you know, rug pulls, it means the investor will lose everything. He will not lose 20%, 30 or 50, like in a trading, depending on your stop loss. So you will lose everything. That's a rug pull, meaning liquidity is just disappearing. And we started to predict which ones will rug pull in the future. And then we realized we can predict as well much more, the behavior of people. And we started to call them intentions, like a user intentions. What is the buyer intention? What is the user behavior on the blockchain? And all of this we are calculating based on the blockchain data. So we are not taking any third-party data, no off-chain data. It's all based on the blockchain data. It's all there in the transaction history. And this data we are using in our models, and we are predicting behavior. We are predicting what happens next, like in a behavioral type of way. And why is it important? Because from one side, you can use it in fraud, rug pull detection. From other side, again, that's the focus then for today. Intention-based Web3 AdTech. So you can use this if you know user intentions. Then you can calculate when you calculate the user intentions. You know which messages you have to place for him. That's an ad technology, and advertisement technology is successful. Okay, we are getting to this. I'm just running in front of this. Then you can personalize your messages. It's like try to speak the same story to everyone. Probably it doesn't convert so well. Then talking a very specific story to every single person. But to talk this specific story to every single person, you have to know who the person is. You have to know his Olympic characteristics. You need to know his intentions, and then you can create a personal story for this person. So, and that's what we start to calculate intentions, which then leads directly to the AdTech. So we connected our intention calculation engine with a targeting engine. And yeah, okay, we are getting this targeting engine too. But back to ChainAware, so very long intro. Sorry, guys. Very long intro.
Martin, and the data what we use, it's free. Blockchain data is free. All you need are algorithms that you can extract from this data behavior. And it is not comparable to Facebook or Google or so other companies who pay billions to get data. All this data is free. All you need is are algorithms, AI algorithms that you can extract users' behavior from their transaction history. Yeah.
So that's what the ChainAware is about. And yeah, we are doing them X spaces every 2 weeks. We are doing them. Okay, actually this week Thursday we had an AMA on Telegram too. We have okay, probably you saw us on the Twitter channel. We have as well a Telegram channel. And okay, actually we started with typing just a chat AMA, and then the community asked, could we do like a voice AMA? And we switched to the voice, and we ended up talking then pretty long. Anyhow, every 2 weeks we have the AMAs, the Twitter Spaces, and we're always speaking about AI, Web3, and about the congruence, about how they get together, and all the real use cases. We are not speaking of any esoteric use cases. We are speaking about real stuff that is working. Okay, but now let's dive into the topic: intention-based Web3 AdTech. What is it? How do we use it? So, okay, Tarmo. Then, if I would ask you to describe intention-based marketing. So, okay, there's a mass marketing, there's intention-based marketing. So, what is
Yes.
intention-based marketing?
Maybe before I'm answering what is intention-based marketing, let's answer how marketing was done before intention-based marketing. It was you created segments like geographical segments or age segments, and then you try to figure out what are these users who live, for example, I don't know, North Carolina, and are in segment 30 years around, what they want to buy. So it is really wasting of your time and wasting of your money, because what users want to buy or what users want to do is determined by his intentions. It's not determined where he lives, in North Carolina or in North Korea or in South Africa. It's determined by his intentions, what users want to do. And what are intentions? Intentions are example, are you high risk taker, low risk taker, medium risk taker? These are your psychological preferences. It is your investment behavior, how you invest. It's how is your innovation attitude? Are you an innovator, early adapter, late adapter, or maturity or late maturity? What is your experience? And these are behavioral characteristics. And based on these behavioral characteristics, you can predict behavior, and you can say if user has following behavior, he really wants to do something. And it is not attribution like when we go now over into Web3 that user used protocol 1 and protocol 2 and protocol 3, and then they make predictions that he will use these protocols also in future. No, he will not use these protocols in future. User uses protocols, but corresponds to his intentions. If user wants something, he does do it. It's not that he did do it in the past that he will repeat it in future. And what you do in intention-based marketing, you calculate intentions of a user, and then you create messages which resonate with this intention. Martin, this is it, yeah.
Exactly. Maybe let's say like now we all are in the Web3 sector. Okay, we have been very long in the Web3 sector, and what we see in the Web3, this is all mass marketing. Sorry, I'm coughing now. But you know, the mass marketing is good. Okay, everything is good for something. But now let's take a regular project. How many projects we have in a Web3? 50,000, 60,000, 70,000. It's a huge number of projects. Sorry, guys. No, and each of these projects, okay, they are creating, of course, they need to create awareness. Now, well, they can create awareness with the mass marketing, but after creating awareness, what you need? You need users. You need real users who are transacting with your platform, and who will then pay revenues to you. Some little part of the value added, then as a revenues. Now, but to get to the users, if you want to get to the users, all these 50, 60, 70,000 projects, you will not get users with the mass marketing. With mass marketing, you will get maybe some investors who will invest into your token. There may be some cold speaking, or maybe someone is doing the YouTube videos. There's like a noise on the market that there is something, they're doing something, this something is very cool, there is a huge potential, and so, yes. Do you get users with mass marketing? Probably you're not getting. And that's the problem in a Web3 now, what we are saying, that at the moment, all this marketing, most of marketing, 99.9% of marketing that we can say, this is all mass marketing. And okay, maybe mass marketing works, but now let's think in this way. let's say there are 10,000 projects. Now, if the first one does mass marketing, the 100th one does it, the 1000th one does it, but then everyone else has to do it too. Because if they're not doing
Yes,
it,
Martin.
they will lose.
And now imagine this user. So first you get this first mass marketing message, then you get the second, then you get the next 10,000 mass marketing messages. You will run away. You say they are sending you all the time some very strange messages which don't resonate with you. You close your Telegram, Discord channels, you don't go into Twitter. You say enough is enough. And it's like overreaction what happens with users when we continue with this mass marketing. And if you go over to intentions-based marketing, then you show resonating messages only to user who wants to see this message. And users are not cognitively overloaded. And this cognitive overloading, this is what is now technologically so easy to achieve, and it's like people go away from Web3. You will get so many Telegram messages you cannot even read them. This is the situation.
It's very good. We have to look on both. We have to look on the project side. We have to look on the user side. Now, the user side, it happens, a potential user side, the cognitive overload because of the mass marketing. But there is just this little thing. Every project is forced to do the mass marketing because there are no alternatives for the projects. And if they are not doing mass marketing, they will even go down. So it means every project, they have some fun, some projects have more fun, some projects have less fun. They are forced to go with this, even if they know it doesn't convert, because they know if they are not doing it, they will have even less attention, even less users. So now the question is it sustainable? Okay, we will get to this sustainability question. Of course not. It's not sustainable. And so you see that on one side we have in a Web 2, Web 3, we have all this mass market. We are going to details a little bit how this mass marketing is working. There's all this mass marketing. But if you look now at the project life cycle, let's say call this 50, 60, 70,000 projects. Now, you need to get users. And to get to the users, you need resonating messages. You need the resonance. Now, let's say there's some cafeteria where you like to go, some cafe where you like to go. Because this environment resonates with you. You like to go there. Some positive boundings, positive emotions there. So it resonates with you. Now, it's the same on the web. It's the same on the Web 3. It's the same on the Web 2. We are coming to this. We look on how the Web 2 is doing it. And really, this resonating personalized messages, that's how you're creating the user conversion. Not yet the mass marketing, which every project is forced to do. And some projects have more money, so they are doing more of this. And some projects have less money because they had a little issue. Okay. So that's the intention-based marketing. Yeah, it's but it's very important now. If you like this attribution. Now in ChainAware we are calculating intentions. Now we are in ChainAware, we are analyzing on Ethereum 2000 protocols. On the BNB chain we are looking on 800 protocols. Now, but you see there is something called attribution, and attribution is that, let's say, address so and so use this and this protocols. So what? The other address use this and this protocols. So what? This is all just data, because what we need is an actionable data, that we can do some actions, that we can monetize this data. Now, having just a descriptive data that the user use some protocols, protocol number 199, protocol number 555, protocol 777. Okay, nice. It's a descriptive data. It's not actionable.
Martin, it's the same like reading weather forecast, which was 5 days ago. Okay, it was the weather, but what will be it in future? You are interested for future weather. You are not interested what was weather in the past. And this is what happens with attribution. It says nothing about your behavior in future or what you want in future. And it's what we have today too much in industry. Yeah.
But now, so let's speak about maybe how the web. Okay, let's say shortly as well how the Web3 then is doing today the mass marketing. Let's say it shortly. So, would you like to say this, Tarmo?
I mean, in Web3, it is very, very, very. It's mass marketing, and channels which are used is first call key opinion leaders who are famous with their negative performance or a negative impact on tokens. There are display banners. There are or crypto news sites. There's around 100 crypto news sites where you can have your some promotion. There is guerrilla marketing. Nobody knows exactly what it is, but it's very expensive and it sounds good. So projects buy it to discover they get no results. And this is it. This is Web3 marketing today. It is a sad story. I would say it's this way, Martin.
Okay, but let's jump now to the Web 2, because before Web 3 we had a Web 2, and before Web 2 we had Web 1, and then it was a brick and mortar. And this famous, before the internet hype, there was this brick and mortar against the internet companies. That was the Web 2, Web 1, and then we got the Web 2, now we're on the Web 3. Let's look on the Web 2, Tarmo. How does it work in Web 2?
Web 2, it is very highly optimized AdTech. And in Web 2, what we do today is we calculate user intentions. We show display ads, which resonate with users. We show social media ads. And it's even one step further. It's out of application advertisement. And it goes also over into applications, into Web 2 applications, so-called adaptive user interfaces, where application UI is changed based on user intentions. And this is very highly optimized system with very small acquisition cost, and acquisition cost in Web 2 today to get a new user are around, new transacting user are around 15 or 30 US dollars per one new user. And this is very, very, very cheap. When you go back in history, when Web 2 started, user acquisition costs were over $500, $700 per one transacting user. And of course, it was not working. And this is the situation what we have today in Web 3. It repeats the path of Web 2. In Web 2, we had 20 years ago, acquisition costs were so high that companies, first they didn't know who are the customers, how to reach the customers, and since they did do just mass marketing, exactly the same like Web 3 today. And it was not sustainable. And since then it is, of course, a big question how Web 2 did do it. And Martin, of course, we know the answer, yeah.
Oh, okay, yes, and let's think the Web 2, like this, the phase between Web 1 and the Web 2, when Web 1 became Web 2. Let's just think in a Web 1, there were maybe 50 million users. In a Web 3, we have 50 million users now. And these were like innovators, these were the early adapters, these were like interested about this new stuff, and they all got there. And there were thousands of projects, thousands of internet projects, that time Web 1 projects. And now you have this issue, how do we map these 50 million users, 50 million interested innovators to this, let's say, 10,000 projects. Now in the Web 3, we have 50 million and 50 million users, and we have 50,000 projects. It means per average per project, if you have one user, one project, it's 1,000 users per project. Now, we need the mapping. And because this mapping system, there's a integral part of the ecosystem is like, how do we do the mapping? How do we do the mapping between the users and the projects? And this was done initially with the mass marketing, resulting in totally ineffective user acquisition costs. But how much to say, totally ineffective. And a lot of some guys who know the history there, the Web 1 history, there was this internet hype and so. And a lot of these companies, they just went bust because they couldn't, the user acquisition, it killed them. They never got cash flow positive. Okay, forget about cash flow positive, forget about generating revenues. The user acquisition costs are so high because it's the system. We had to create this mapping system. How do we bring these 50 million users now to the right platforms, the right persons, the right platforms at the right time? So And the Web 2 solved this problem. Now, okay, one topic there, it was a fraud detection, but let's see, if you have time, we can speak about this a little bit later. But the key topic, that's the topic today, it was an AdTech. Now, and because AdTech takes over this mapping function, because we need to map the users to the projects. And they are not just that it's some arbitrary mapping. The idea of mapping is that projects can convert them, these visitors, to the real users. Yeah, Tarmo, you wanted to say? No?
Yes, and this is like AdTech is the market which brings together buyers and sellers. And Web2 AdTech was the biggest innovation of Web2. This AdTech was the key capability which allowed Web2 to become mainstream today. And remember, there was this famous book, Crossing the Chasm. You have early innovators, and then you have your early maturity, and how you get over from early innovators to early maturity. And of course, they didn't know the answer this time. But the answer was AdTech. Web2 created this AdTech where they can match users to platforms. And this was the biggest innovation of Web2, that it was a market which was based on technology. The technology mapped users, and it was not like before that everybody was crying loud and saying, I have a product, so everybody got cognitive overload. No, it was done exactly. This user has following intention, following message would resonate with him. Let's show him following message. And it's the basis of success story of Web2 AdTech.
Yeah, and let's make a little parallel here. Then I jump back to this topic. Like if you're speaking of the free market, free economy, we speak always a market is invisible hand. It's an invisible hand which is bringing
yes.
invisible hand, which is bringing back then the suppliers and together the suppliers and the consumers. And really, is it an invisible hand? And we are always laughing about this. There's not. Things never happen from itself. There has to be something for things to happen. And now in that transformation of Web 1 to the Web 2, this invisible hand, it was the ad technology. Bring right users to the right platforms at the right time. Ad technology, the invisible hand. And okay, if you're studying business, if you're studying economics, then you've always liked them. There's a market, the invisible hand. But how is the coordination system done on the market? Because the idea of a market is not just to coordinate between suppliers and the consumers. The idea of a market is as well that the potential consumers are buying your product. Now, but if you approaching people who will probably never buy your product, that's the point of approaching them. You're wasting your energy, you're wasting your resources of this. So, and that's the coordination mechanism. That's this invisible hand. That's this AdTech, which took the Web 1 into the Web 2. And that's how the Web 2 became a scalable ecosystem. It had all these innovative, let's say, we said before 10,000 companies, more, we don't know it exactly, it's like zillions of Web 2 companies. And on the other side, on the beginning, there's 50 million users. And these numbers started to grow very fast after this invisible hand, this coordination mechanism was introduced. Because you were bringing right users to the right platform at the right time. And you could convert them. It's because on the end, every project has to generate revenue. So they have to convert visitors to the users. You have to convert them. And the conversion probably doesn't happen with the mass marketing. The conversion happens via intention-based marketing, via personalized marketing. So, and that's this big topic, big secret, how the Web 2 became a mainstream via the AdTech. Now, of course, Google is not telling you the story.
Nobody is telling you the story, Martin. Let's give it this book, Crossing the Chasm, and just miracle happens, and there is invisible hand which brings together buyers and sellers, invisible algorithm, let's say it this way.
And I have this book, Crossing the Chasm. I have this on the shelf. I was reading it. I remember when the internet hype was, and I was like, wow, Geoffrey Moore. he's a genius what he's writing, but I never asked this question. How is the crossing the chasm? He was all the time speaking about the crossing the chasm in his book, like this transformation from Web 1 to the Web 2. All the time he was speaking about the crossing the chasm. He had like, I don't know, 200 pages. I can check how many pages he had.
Yes.
But he never said, how did it happen? Now, Google knows it, Twitter knows it, Facebook knows it. Because all of them, they're AdTech companies. And of course, respect to Google, so they were the first ones. And the Google started to, what did they start to do? How did they calculate your intentions? Where are your browsing history? Where are your search history? By entering the search terms in a Google, you were giving so much information about yourself that the Google knew it's like, what are you interested? But still this, it gave more information to Google than they had before they had the geographical location that you live by the Tennessee somewhere and so. But now they knew like, what are you interested? Now, then we take a search history. You know, there's this captchas. Then like you say like a captchas. Now, if you click captchas, you see there's terms and conditions as well. Always your browser history is sent to the, again, Google. Because the idea is if there's a browsing history, then it cannot be a robot because robots don't have a browsing history. So, but of course, Google looks in the browsing history. It looks like what are you browsing? So, and he calculates your intentions. Now, okay, we will. If you have time, we will look on this data difference. Like, is it how quality data it is? But that's how Google started to calculate, and then this AdTech emerged, which took out this coordination system, coordination between suppliers, 10,000 budgets and 50,000 consumers now. Then let's think on Twitter. Twitter is an AdTech company. Let's think on the Facebook. They call themselves a social media company. Okay, nice one. We're asking, how does Twitter and Facebook generate revenues? With the AdTech, via ads, via targeting system. They are calculating again the intentions. Of course, they're using different systems, so intention calculation. So this AdTech emerged, which solved in the coordination challenge, and that's how the Web 2 went into the mainstream. Yeah, Tarmo, back to you. Just repeating too much.
Yes, it's invisible hand. Hidden algorithms nobody knows, but we are already led by algorithms. But let's go back into acquisition cost, maybe, Martin, and let's explain what are acquisition costs today in Web3, maybe in DeFi. If you could explain acquisition cost in DeFi.
Yeah. Okay. Before I jump to acquisition cost, like Web3, you see, we have always two types of innovation. Now, there's one is innovation of a business process, the other is innovation of a user acquisition. So we described what the Web 1 and Web 2 did. Web 1 started to do everything over internet. And with the Web 2, when this coordination mechanism of AdTech was introduced, it was a massive innovation of the user acquisition because the user acquisition costs were taken down. So you have always two unit costs. There's the unit cost of your business process. So you are innovating some business process, you are reducing the cost of business process. So that's why you can compete with others because you're taking the cost of a business process down. You're making it more effective. And the second is then your user acquisition costs. Because you need always both. You need the cost of a business process, but the unit cost for the business process, and you need the cost of a user acquisition. Now, and what we see in the DeFi is now, back to your question now, and what we see in the DeFi is like a massive innovation. It's a 100% full automation. There's a massive business process innovation. That means the unit costs of a business process are taken down. Now, of course, now some people are complaining about the gas cost, for example, in Ethereum and so. But then, okay, we worked 10 years in a Credit Suisse. So, okay, guys, just check with the Credit Suisse has the business process cost. Then you're saying this gas is nothing. It's just nothing. Check with how much time Credit Suisse needs for the business process. Time lapse.
Not just Credit Suisse, Martin. All banks. All banks.
Exactly. We love Credit Suisse, and okay, Credit Suisse takeover, UBS takeover of Credit Suisse. That's a different story. We're not going there, and today we are not discussing this. So, but the point being, the DeFi has a massive innovation. There's no discussion about this. A massive innovation now. But for every innovation, we just looked at this. We need as well user acquisition innovation. But in a user acquisition in DeFi, massive issue. Now, that's the issue. Let's calculate it. Okay, now, okay, let's take the term CPC, cost per click, like a cost per click. Okay, if you want to get a high quality traffic to the website, we are easily paying cost per click, let's say $5.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you have to pay it. You're doing a banner ads. Okay, yeah, then it's a little bit, okay, it's a CPM, cost per million. So, but in some cases we can calculate ourselves the cost per click. Now, or we use the calls and then indirectly we can calculate the cost per click, or we are doing some media articles, but then cost per click are getting very, very high. Okay, let's say $5. Now, let's say you're getting 200 people to your website. So you're doing some like a banner ads on the Etherscan or in the CoinGecko, in the CoinMarketCap. So, and you get people to your website. People, they are like, they are sensory overload to people, but somehow they realize that you have your little ad there to get to your website. And they will, like a TikTok generation, they will spend very short time on your website probably at the first time. And let's say you get 200 people on your website. Now, from these 200, how many will connect the wallet? That is it. Very simple. It's financial transactions. Maybe 10. Maybe 10.
Yes. Yes.
Let's think the guys saw in the CoinGecko, let's some little ad, then the sensory overload. They thought, oh, I have a little time. Let's drink coffee and let's click on the ad. Let's see what it do. Interesting. So you go to your website. Okay, let's say 10 connected to wallets. Now, how many are transacting? From this 10, perhaps one in the test case. So that means you're spending, the project is spending his marketing budget, let's say the ad banners, $1,000, he gets one transacting user. And this $1,000 per user, this is already a good ratio in the DeFi. Now, of course, we have like a very established projects in the DeFi. There are maybe lower acquisition costs. Let's say they are well known and they did a lot of marketing when the let's say market was not so crowded, and they were growing with the market and they're very well known. So maybe their marketing costs are lower. But let's think down all the others, all the newcomers, all these next innovators, all these next thousands of projects who are coming. How will they compete? Will they compete on the user acquisition cost, on the unit cost of user acquisition, $1,000 plus per user? No, sorry, per transaction. Or let's say they're doing it. But then how long can they spend this marketing budget? And do they have even potential to become cash flow positive? Now, let's think, what does it mean? So your $1,000 you're spending per one transacting user, $1,000. But this means this one transacting user should, for you, generate then total lifetime revenues of this user at least $1,000. Will he generate in DeFi? No, probably maybe some whales are yes generating, but 99% of the users are not generating this. So this means if you're looking on this unit cost calculation in DeFi today, and okay, in other Web3 sectors, the cost of acquisition are lower now. And then if you're a VC, if you're an investor into these projects, then you're saying, hey guys, you will never be cash flow positive. Because if your cost of acquisitions are so high and your lifetime value of a client is, let's say, maybe $100, guys, you don't need to be genius. You will be never cash flow positive. So,
yes, Martin, and what happens then? And VCs say, oh, there is no exit by IPO possible. So we go over into pumpy dumpy. And this is what we see today.
Yes. And then this translates, because the VCs know it. They know it, it's guaranteed. And they know it, the probability to create this, to bring this 50,000 Web3 companies into cash flow positive status is very low. And it's not low because of the missing innovation. That's not an issue here, the missing innovation. It's because the user acquisition costs are so high. And we spoke about how the Web3s are doing user acquisition. Okay, the call-based marketing. It doesn't work. It's like, we can look on this call-based marketing, like there's this website Alpha Scan, and now and then we are, okay, it's 10 days delayed in our free version. That's okay. And I think I checked it this week and I saw like 60 calls out of 625 generate positive returns in 30 days. You have to pay these calls, and you have to pay them a lot. And if you don't pay them, they are not tweeting about you. They tweet about someone else, and they generate sensory overload then to someone else. Then display ads. Okay, we spoke about this. Then crypto media, articles, CoinDesk, and so on. It's a good for creating awareness, but it doesn't convert. Now the VCs know it. They know it that the probabilities for the companies, for the Web3 companies, for these 50,000, 60, 70,000 Web3 companies to become cash flow positive, it's pretty low. Now, and if you know this information, and if you know that others don't know this information, except if you listen to our Twitter spaces, then you will know it. What do you do? And here we see pumpy dumpies. So tokens are pumped up, dumped down. So because the long-term perspective is not there, it's not, and the reason is not the missing innovation. The innovation is there. The reason is the missing user acquisition technology. We looked before on the Web 1, the transmission to the Web 2. It was the AdTech which took over the coordination mechanism. It was the AdTech which took down the user acquisition costs. And now in a Web 3, we are exactly in the same status. But instead of solving the issue that we are seeing actually this easier, let's say, solution. Hey, let's continue the mass marketing, and let's just do the pumpy dumpies. So, and it means as well that the founders, like, of course, many founders are thinking that it will be easy to get users. Well, they will see they had to pay, and one day they will do as well this calculation. What are the unit costs of the business process? What are the unit costs of the customer acquisition? And what is the lifetime value of the client? And if they do this calculation, they will understand it as well. Like, ouch, the Web3 is not yet on the level that this long list of the projects can become cash flow positive. Now, what are then these Web3 founders, these innovators thinking? Will they behave now the same as the VCs? Or are they looking for the solutions? Okay, probably they're founders, they're fighting, they're looking for the solutions. But still, it's a mathematics. So you have to look at the unit cost of a business process, unit cost of customer acquisition, and the customer lifetime value. And the rest is just mathematics. Yeah. And so you see now, if you're looking on the Web3 industry, think again, 50,000 projects, 50 million potential users. Of course, we want that it's growing. It starts to grow. It starts to blossom.
But Martin, it needs this invisible hand. It's the same as Web 2. We need invisible hand.
We need the invisible hand. We need the coordination mechanism, and this coordination mechanism has to give a has to have an effective acquisition cost. And how do we get effective acquisition costs? If you're getting right people to the right websites, and if you're converting them on these right websites, that's how we bring the user acquisition cost down. Not via mass marketing. Mass marketing doesn't help. And we said in the beginning, everyone is doing this, and if you're not doing it, you have a very big issue already. So you had to do it because everyone else is doing it. Now, but then let's look on the full ecosystem. Now, the full ecosystem to survive, to blossom, we need this coordination mechanism. We need the AdTech, the invisible hand. So, yeah. Okay, and now let's get back to the intentions.
Yes, Martin, but this solution is this invisible hand. And what is advantage now in blockchain or Web3 is that we can calculate user intentions based on their history of their address. And we have very accurate predictions. Because this data is not like social media data or some browsing history. These are financial transactions where you pay gas. And it is really very high quality data, and we can calculate very, very precise user intentions. And then you need messages which resonate with specific intention. And now in ChainAware, we have this technology. In ChainAware, we have a technology that we can calculate intentions of users based on just their address. When we learn the address, Ethereum or BNB address of a user, we can say what are her or his intentions, what is what he or she really wants to do. And then we can show her messages which resonate, and surprise, user will convert. And it's the same mechanism, but was applied in Web 2. In Web 2, we calculated intentions of users based on search behavior or based on their social media activities. And now we have different data source. It is public blockchain. We calculate user intentions, and all what we need is just his address or her address, and we can predict the future, Martin. And ChainAware has this technology. It's live. It is working. It is scaling. It is available. We have the invisible algorithm. We have the invisible market coordination mechanism, which can bring acquisition cost in Web3 down.
Yeah, but the same thing, the crossing the chasm that Geoffrey Moore wrote 200 or 250 pages, and I was reading it, I was so excited. I remember I was even reading this book during the night because it was so
Martin,
cool that
I
he was
remember
writing.
it. I read it because of you. You were so fascinated about these books, and I read it too.
But he never answered the question, how does it happen? How does this crossing the cusp happen? You need the coordination mechanism, which is bringing the right users to the right platform. You need the ad technology. And you see, every technological paradigm has its own ad technology. Okay, we're speaking now of the Web3. We are creating the ad technology for the Web3. For the Web2, Google, Twitter, Facebook. Okay, they call themselves a search company or social media companies. Well, they are not search or social media companies, they are ad tech companies. Now, and then earlier it was a mass marketing. Before mass marketing was a traveling salesman who was then walking from one house to the next and was offering some products. Okay, and that means every technological paradigm, market paradigm, we had as well ad technology. Now, we cannot create a new technological paradigm based on the old coordination mechanism. Probably it ain't work. If you are introducing new technological paradigms, we made an example of DeFi, how massively innovative the DeFi is. If you're comparing this with the banks we worked 10 years with the banks, okay, one of the jobs I did in our Credit Suisse, it was as well a business processes optimization, like the key business processes. Okay, I will not tell you like how long the business processes are running. I will not tell you how many of them are real time. Okay, but there is no comparison. There's no comparison that you can have with the DeFi. So we have a massive innovation. But now we find there's a massive innovation sector. There's still the coordination, this invisible hand. Okay, they're speaking the market, the price, and so on. That the price mechanism will bring the people and suppliers and consumers together. Well, yes, if you're in a little like a village market, yes, it happens. But you're in the global market, how does it happen? And we need this coordination mechanism, this funnel coordination mechanism, and each technological partner needs its own coordination mechanism. But okay, in a Web3, we are using coordination mechanism of technically speaking Web1. It's the mass marketing.
Oh, we don't have traveling salesmen, Martin. It's still...
Oh no, actually there is a traveling salesman. That's why all these projects are going from one crypto this fair to another crypto fair.
I see.
2049. Okay, guys, from token 2049, don't get upset if I'm selling it this way. But we are just saying you are one way to solve the token 2049 and other conferences. They are one way to solve the coordination problem. So. But in this technological paradigm where we now have this massive innovation, we need as well innovation of a customer acquisition technology.
Yes.
And now let's trace it back. And if you want to do it, how do we do it? To bring the customer acquisition cost down from this mass marketing, we have to go away from mass marketing to personalized marketing. Let's make a small parallel. Okay. Probably every one of you is getting some emails, like 10 emails, just some mass marketing emails every day, you know, reaction, delete, 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 delete. But one in a while, you're getting personalized email, and then you're reading it, and then you're like, wow, like, how do they know it? So now open rate in the mass marketing emails is 1%. In crypto, it's less, maybe 0.5 in the mass marketing. Now in a personalized emails, it's 15%. Now we're not saying that this personalization technology has a 15x impact. Okay, let's stay conservative, but this is just an example how much the personalization brings compared to the mass marketing, just an email marketing, and you can test it yourself. So if you reflect the emails that you're getting. So yeah, so that means practically, what is ChainAware doing? We are taking blockchain data, we are taking public blockchain data, and based on the address transaction history, we are predicting user intentions, and we have a targeting system so that user intentions can be connected with the messages so that the user is seeing these messages. So the result of this is resonance. That user is resonating with your messages that you're placing to the user. Let's say if you're getting borrower to your platform, probably you will give them different messages. If you're getting lender, you will give them different messages. If you're getting some leverage trader, you will give them different messages. Now, if you choose to give the same messages to every persona, to every intention, probably your conversion rate will go down. It will stay the same as in a mass marketing. But if you choose then to every persona, to every intention, to create specific messages, which means resonating with his buyer intentions, probably your conversion rate is going up, and pretty much. And that's this technology. So that's the ChainAware technology that we have. That means, yeah, it's a intention calculation technology on one side, and then on top of this, we connect this with the targeting system, so that we can target the users. Technology is then live, scaling, battle tested. So that's the little advertisement for the ChainAware.
It's an invisible hand. It's an invisible hand technology, sir, and those who know what can be achieved, they will get competitive advantage and will get positive cash flow initiatives. And this is probably what will happen in market, that we will have companies who start using ChainAware AdTech, and to get their acquisition costs down, and then the rest will try with bumpy dumpy or will disappear. And this leads to a kind of market cleanup, to the ecosystem cleanup, where the focus goes away from bumpy dumpy over to sustainable, positive cash flow generating businesses. And AdTech is the key. AdTech is this invisible hand, and in intention-based calculation of user behavior, user actions. This is the key. It was the key in Web 2. It is the key in Web 3. And if you know user intentions, you can create messages which resonate. Martin, this is simple, and a message just to other founders, and use this opportunity. Be the first. You get competitive advantage, and you get your acquisition cost down, and innovative solutions that you have built. They find their real users and users who are proud to use these innovative solutions.
A message to the Web3 founders as well. Like each of you are creating innovations. You are creating innovations of business processes. Genius, we love it. We see so many innovations every day. We love this now. But you have to innovate as well your business on the other unit cost. You have to innovate your unit cost of customer acquisition. You have to innovate your customer acquisition process. Now, if you're speaking with some marketing agencies and they're telling you about guerrilla marketing, okay, that means, like Tarmo says it, you pay a lot of money, probably you will get the experience that, experience being that, that you paid a lot of money. So,
it's the only thing but to experience, Martin.
So that's the experience. So, but you see, you have to innovate. So, and the innovation is not using these old methods of mass marketing. The innovation is not using calls or involving 50 calls or involving 100 calls. Or innovation is not doing now 3 days full-time Twitter, not the Twitter ads, like a banner ads, CoinGecko, text tools, and all the other platforms. So I think that's not an innovation. That's not an innovation. So innovation would mean to think like, how do you bring your customer acquisition cost down? So if you're speaking with the Web3 agencies and who are telling you all these nice stories about the case studies and yada yadas, ask them simple question. What are the customer acquisition? How much do they bring them down? So calculate
Yes,
how much.
and don't pay in advance. Pay it per acquired customer, and not $1,000, but $15 or $20.
So that means request for your marketing agencies that they will tell you like the user acquisition cost, not just what is the CPC, what is the CPM, how much traffic they're generating. It's pointless because you will need users, you will need user acquisition, you will need real users. So, and again, this topic, you need innovation on the user acquisition, you need innovation on business process. And probably each of you have this business process innovation already. But now the user acquisition, the same thought that we said before. In a Web3, we will not succeed with user acquisition methods which are used from other technological paradigms.
Founders outsource this user acquisition process to marketing agencies, and
Ouch.
marketing agencies just are happy that there is no AdTech solution for Web3. They can just do their guerrilla marketing and require advance payments and all this stuff that marketing agencies do. And this is this issue by acquisition cost. The founders, they think that marketing agencies will do their job. Marketing agencies' intention is different. Their intention is to get money, a lot of money from founders. And their intention is not to acquire users. And this is probably what it was like in Web 2, before Web 2 became mainstream. Marketing agencies were the same way. It was like in Web 3 today. And
exactly before the coordination mechanism via the AdTech emerged in a Web 1, the marketing agencies they took the biggest part of a pie because they said they have this special knowledge because every Web 1 founder was screaming, I need users, I need users, I need users. And of course, there were 1,000 marketing agencies saying we are the best to offer you this silver bullet and yada yada, just pay us, we will do it for you.
Pay advance, Martin. Yeah.
Pay in advance and pay not CPA, cost per action, but pay like a cost per miller. Like just pull over the money, like send us the money. We will look on this now.
Okay. Some guerrilla marketing. Yeah.
And then okay, but then if when this transformation happened, then the Web3 marketing agencies they shrink. They shrink very much. And the AdTech, it went much bigger from this pie. If you visualize this as a pie chart. And now what's most interesting, the marketing agencies who were then still there, because a lot of them we will solve all your problems, just transfer us the money. Because a lot of them, they just disappeared. And the others, they started to use these advanced AdTech solutions for their clients. So that means the Web3 market, the marketing agencies which were there before, they became like the consultants, the advisors of how to use the AdTech solutions. So this transformation happened in transformation from Web 1 to the Web 2. And what these old cases is then the same transformation will happen now in the Web 3 too with the marketing agency. Okay, but before I'm speaking on this topic, just back to what Tarmo said before, you see, when you are founders, you cannot delegate customer acquisition, the optimization of customer acquisition to marketing agencies. They have other intention. You have to optimize two processes, two unit costs. The one is unit cost of your business process, and you have to optimize the unit cost of your customer acquisition. So you have to innovate both processes. Now, you cannot delegate now one part of this, the 50% like the customer acquisition, just to delegate the marketing agencies. Like there are other motivations behind it. There are other motivations. So you need this innovation on both. So okay, this was the thought, one thought that you said, and the other thought that what will happen with the marketing agencies in the future is the same that happened in Web 1, Web 2 transformation, that they start to use the advanced technologies, the advanced ad technologies, and they start to serve their clients now. But now much more professionally, instead of this, we solve all your problems, just transfer some funds. So yeah.
Martin, we're running now over 60 minutes. Let's summarize, and maybe
Oh,
I
yeah.
start. And just for summary, Web 2 became mainstream with AI-based fraud detection and AI-based intention marketing. And Web 3 can repeat Web 2 success story, and technology for this invisible hand technology is available from ChainAware. And if Web3 solutions start using it as they're fully digitalized, not like Web2 where you have human back offices, it means if Web3 can enjoy benefits of Web3 AdTech, intention marketing, Web3 will take over Web2 and become mainstream. So future for me is very bright, and the key is AI-based intention marketing for Web3. Back to you.
Yes, Tarmo, this is very good summary. Fully agreed. So, and we are in this transformational process, and again, like two processes needs to be optimized: the business process, everyone is doing this, and the customer acquisition process. Two processes. So, okay, then this is our Twitter space number 20. So we have it every 2 weeks. So the next one is again in 2 weeks. We put them videos up as well on YouTube, 2, 3, 4, 5 days delay. So we put it up there. Now we hope you like these conversations, you like to listen to them. So if you like it, then please share it as well. And then, or please comment later on the Twitter. So, okay, then thank you for listening, and later still 2 weeks again then. Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
And and